went by him and he got right in front of me. So I stepped over to get around him, so he got in front of me again. And then he put his hands on my chest. To this day, I still remember this. He goes, "Do not fight Stevenson." He goes, "I seen this man knock a horse out." And I told the guy, I said, "You know what, man? I made it this far, I'm gonna fight him."
How'd that fight turn out, huh?
Stevenson hit me with a jab, then hit me with a body shot. I swear to God, I felt like someone got a telephone pole, tied it to a truck, and then you stood there like this with your hands up and drive the truck 15 miles per hour and hit you in the stomach.
Yo, Mich Panseco Tlog Deshpa, mis saludos y respetos, full blast. Greetings to all my gente out there. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Welcome. Bienvenidos a todos. My name is Manny, and I'm the Jaguar Man. Mucho gusto. This channel, we make homies, never break. Every now and then we gotta get a little rough and tough. A little coscorron don't hurt, but don't kill you, makes you stronger. Hey, check out my shirt. Yeah, no sells my money. Jaguar Man, watch out. Today we got a good one, homies. Today we're gonna talk about a local legend, A1A Vallero, Alex Garcia, aka El Tiburón, El JAWS. This man's about 61, 62 years old. I knew about this vato. Not my generation, but on the calles, he was a very feared, respected man that was wanted by local gang members. Anyhow, let's get into his little bio real quick for those of you that don't know. But before I continue, do me a favor, homitos, homegirls. Push that subscribe button. Give me a like, por favor, so we could get around the YouTube yarda. You know what I'm saying? So, you know the ritual, homie. Kick your feet up, sit back, relax, spark up your churrito, open up your pisto. Today's a day to chill, kick back, and enjoy. So, with that said, vámonos recio, dale gas. So, Alex Garcia, Mr. JAWS, a well-respected, feared man in the San Fernando Valley. I remember as a kid growing up, chilling with my uncle, aka El Blackie from Latin Times Pacoima. As you guys don't know, may know, I got family from my hood, older and younger. I'm always been around it. Like they say, always do your homework, know the history of your area, your environment. And so, the homies would get together, my family, my tios, and they would, reminisce back in their days and share of, their stories of local rivals, legends, parties, y wuti woo woo woo, ya en la peda, todo se cuenta. Pero anyhow, going back to Mr. Alex Garcia, born December 2nd, 1961. Híjole. He's a retired Mexican-American boxer who competed from 1987 to 2005 in the heavyweight division, best known for his short but nevertheless outstanding amateur career in 1986 and later to be contender in the 1990s. Garcia grew up in the city of San Fernando, California. Then he was an all-league middle linebacker at San Fernando High School. Later, he became a gang member. Ay, wey. They had to add that, pinche cholo cagado. Hey, living in the hood, some of us back then were destined to join a gang. Anyhow, and eventually served 5 years in California State Prison at Soledad, San Quentin, and Chino. So, unfortunately, that's part of his life, and that's what molded him to be the man he is now. And this is part of the bio. He was convicted for involuntary manslaughter after stabbing a rival gang member. Upon his release, he found himself training at the Jet Center. The Jet Center is a very famous boxing gym with a lot of local valleros, People from different areas in LA go and train. We do have a lot of boxers coming out from the Valle, local, gang members at one time. I know the Project Boys had a lot of kickboxers, a lot of homies that trained, because when it came to sometimes meeting up with these vatos and getting our disputes settled, the palabra in the hood was that, hey, get the best homies that know how to fight, because these dudes are trained. These vatos know how to get busy. Yeah, so, going to meet up with your rivals, you want to win, you don't want to lose. And unfortunately, at that time, we weren't able to pull out no cohetes, no knives, none of that. Gotta respect the peace treaty. Upon his release, he started training. He was mentored under William Blinky Rodriguez at Benny's Jet Center Martial Arts and Boxing Complex in Van Nuys, California. For those of you who may not know, Blinky Rodriguez, very famous individual in the Valley, going around trying to mentor young kids, keep them away from drugs and gangs. I was fortunate to hear him speak when I used to go to San Fernando Junior High back in the days. Him and a group of guys that were going to different clechas to talk to the youth. Big D, Mr. Donald Garcia as well. Trying to bring the peace to the homies in the Valle and, keep us away from ending up in prison. Did it work? Unfortunately, not for me. Some of us were stubborn, we're hard-headed, we think we know it all, or, they tell us, hey, don't get near that, you're going to get burned, don't touch a fire. But there you go, the curious mind, like, yeah, I'm a gangster, tengo huevos, and there you go, and bang, wait, you got to feel it to believe it. So I was one of those. Unfortunately, I went through my slumps and, setbacks in life, pero hey, there's a saying that said, small setback for major comeback. And still, I'm working on the comeback. But hey, just being free, to me, means a lot already. Anyhow, let's get back to this. Rodriguez said on his training, he has 200 street fights under his belt. Okay, Garcia rapidly began dispatching his foes and amateurs. He won the Southern California Golden Gloves title and went to win the National AAU Championship Super Heavyweight title. What? Campeón el pinche vato. Here was a guy who came in totally from the cold and won the gold medal. Stevenson, a veteran of the international boxing, age 35, with a 20-year-old career, winning by a knockout is just like a baseball player hitting a home run, said Stevenson after he knocked out Garcia. I want to fight him again. I want to redeem myself, said Garcia after his defeat in the hands of Stevenson. Garcia claimed he never lost in hundreds of fights. I always wanted to box, but I just never took the time to go into the gym and train. I was having too much fun on the calles, on the streets, he said to the press. There are some things you cannot coach. He's got natural athletic ability, he's got durability, heart, power, and he's come along real fast. When he went to the World Championships, a lot of guys came up to me and asked me how many fights he really had. They couldn't believe he only fought 18 times and he was fighting for the gold medal in the Garcia has been invited to work out at the U.S. Olympic Training Center. Garcia has also sparred with Mike Weaver, the former World Boxing Associate heavyweight champion. I told myself I was going to become a fighter, going to stick with it. It was a big adjustment getting out of prison. You get institutionalized, get out the habits of normal life. Although I wanted to be a boxer, I never thought I'll come this far, this fast, said Garcia on his progress. The highlights, I guess, of his life, Southern California Golden Gloves, because once he wanted to turn pro immediately, finally having 21 amateur fights under his belt. With a record of 17 wins, 13 by knockout, and 4 losses, Garcia turned pro. He took a fight against Mike Dixon, who knocked him out by catching Garcia with a blow to his temple. Hey, there's always the bigger, better motherfucker. To another bigger, bad motherfucker. So, hey, my tough Timmies out there, don't think you're Mr. Chingon, porque there's always a Chingon before you. That's it. After Alex Garcia won an unanimous decision against Mike Dixon, Garcia never was a serious contender again. In 1995, he lost on points to Buster Mathias Jr. So el vato ya estaba going downhill. You heard the interview with Papa Ray, the third man on the ring. If you haven't go check him out. The homie from Bassett doing big things. Mis saludos, I tip my hat, OG. Back to Alex Garcia, aka El Tiburón, JAWS, the San Fernando Hammer. Man, homie, look at me pull up little brief on his statistics. Heavyweight 6'2", 188. His reach 72. Nationality Mexican American. Boxing record total fights 47, wins 40, wins by knockout 29, losses 6, draws 1. Super heavyweight. There briefly I got to talk to my uncle, going back to the calles now, since I remember of him talking about JAWS. It says a lot, homies, when you have your enemigos talking about you and at that giving you props. A lot of vatos right away, oh, fuck this vato a la, They start making up lines, making you sound like a ranker, like a chavala, like a weenie, goofy, whatever word you want to use, homie. You spend some of that old school lingo, pero hey, don't make fun of me. You know what's up, homes. To hear it from my uncle, decided to call him. And these are a few words he shared. Basically, he's telling me a couple little stories of him having a little encounter with him. Besides having hands, he also had an itchy finger. So, Vato was known to put in work for Sanford. And his ops, as you youngsters say nowadays, were over that placazo. And my uncle was like, yeah, he was wanted. A lot of enemigos wanted that ass. They wanted to cut his head off. But hey, obviously there was a higher power looking out for him. Maybe his career, being disciplined, having a rutina that maybe kept him out of the calles, gave him more years to live. Maybe got his name out of the hot water, got his name out of the bullseye, where enemigos started to forget about him and let it go. Because hey, let's be real about it. He hurt a lot of men. He broke down a lot of vatos mentally, physically. Ended up in the pinta, and God knows how many other fights he had in there. But long story short, the man is still breathing. He's alive. He's old. He's blessed. He's enjoying his family. I'm chilling now, just reminiscing on them good old days. Lucky man to still be alive. Lucky man to still tell the story. Unfortunately, a lot of us have to read about legends. We have to see documentaries and movies about local or worldwide legends. And to be able to see him recently on Third Man on the Ring, that interview, that was cool. That's my little spill on Alex Garcia, aka El JAWS, San Fernando Hammer. Y respetos y saludos, full blast. With that said, homies, my name is Manny and I'm the Jaguar Man. And if you haven't done so, take a moment, por favor, homie, to give me a thumbs up or down. El que se agüita pierde. For those boxing fans, stay tuned, because I got some good spills coming your way, homito. So with that said, you have a good day. Ya sabes, keep your chin up, homie. Turn that frown upside down. I'm gone. A rato.
Come and spend the day, what a J. I'm the street bandido. Run away with me, yeah. My love will set you